All right. So in 2020, you appeared on VladTV. How did that opportunity happen? Was that like you doing the live with Vlad first, or that happened after?
No, I actually at that time I started doing a lot of talks on my social media about the pandemic when it started because I was on the front lines. I literally was not sleeping. I was just working like all day, all night long, covering for physicians that got sick. I was really on the battlefield with that COVID, man. Really on the battlefield, and I saw some really horrifying things during that moment in my life. But as I was speaking about those things on social media, Vlad had actually reached out to me, and he said, "Hey, like I wanna, can you come to LA to do an interview?" And I was at that was a time where people weren't even driving. People were not even able to like drive out like that. So I actually like just got in the car. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do this thing on Vlad. So I'm like, let me drive out. I drove out. The freeways is completely empty, clear. I just drove out to LA from
From
Vegas.
Vegas?
Yeah, from Vegas. I drove out, got there. And then Vlad was like, yo, we're gonna have like one of the only like live interviews out right now because everybody's doing Zoom stuff. And I'm like, he was excited about that. So I was like, cool. He's like, oh, he's like, bring your white coat. I was like, okay.
I was just about to ask you that. I was like, yo, you were wearing the
Yeah,
white
he
lab
told
coat.
me, yeah, Vlad was like bringing, they criticized me in the comment section. They're like, why you wearing a white coat? Why you doing that? But Vlad wanted me to wear it. He's like, wear it. I'm like, okay.
I was like, it's very doctory of you, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, we gotta capture the doctor look on you.
Right.
Can't come in here looking like a rapper.
So you've been on there like 3 times, right?
Right.
Pretty much. And they were primarily for your expertise as a
Expertise.
doctor.
Right,
And
right.
like, what was that experience like for you being on there like so many times? Like, how do you feel like the reception was?
I think it was great because that opened the door for so many things. Because once I was on Vlad talking about the pandemic, that opened the Pandora's box for everyone to hit me up on social media. Then
Mm,
I started getting DMs from all the people. Like I had Havoc hit me up from Mobb Deep. I had LL Cool J, you know what I'm saying, Fat Joe. Then
right.
I had RZA and we had already established connection with, but just Fat Joe. I mentioned so many people, like you name it, Ice-T, like you name it, like everybody was hitting me up. I was talking to Black Thought. Damn it, everybody, bro.
So since then, you've like blown up more and more
Yeah,
musically. Has he
yeah.
asked you to come back as Lazarus? You know, no pun intended, to
No, we
discuss
actually
your
had a plan when Emiway was supposed to be in the States. We were actually gonna do an interview, but I'm still in touch with Vlad, man. We're definitely down to do more stuff. As Lazarus, it's just I haven't been on there as Lazarus yet. I've only been on
right.
there as
That's what I'm
Dr. Khan.
saying. Like, I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
that'd
You
be
know,
crazy, right? That'd be dope. That'd be a dope contrast from the previous stuff that people. It's like his audience knows me as Dr. Khan.
right? And it's funny because it's like the way that one clip of you rapping, where it's like they're like, "Oh, Dr. Khan, aka Lazarus, you know, busts a
Mhm.
freestyle or something like
Right, right,
that."
right.
you know,
It's crazy. It
um,
threw people off because at that time when people were looking at it, they're looking at Dr. Khan's a serious doctor who's just serious, like talking about this and this. And then when he starts busting out the flow, you think it's gonna be some joke, but like this guy could actually rap though. What's going on? It's confusing me.
yeah, for sure. But man, during that year, like you were
Yeah,
just
yeah, it was.
everywhere. It was crazy. Ice T reached out to you. He asked about DJ K Slay.
Yeah.
Can you talk about Slay in that situation?
Yeah, man, he was going through it with the COVID, man, and with his breathing status being what it was, and it was sad, man. Rest in peace to DJ K Slay, and so many others that we lost too. Fred the Godson, you know what I'm saying? So many
Right.
people. I lost my uncle, at that time from COVID, like, and then I lost like over like 40, maybe 50 patients during that time personally, directly, and not all of them were older people, a lot of younger. So it was just a terrible time, and it was just tragic. And but at the same time, I was making rounds everywhere, speaking about it and also just and then that led me to meeting with NASA, because I was doing a clubhouse event
Right.
and speaking about,
When I want to
you
go
know,
into that in a little bit, but
right.
for that situation though, like with you being on the front lines like that and seeing the horrendous things that you saw, like that's not something that you can just get over so easily. I imagine.
Nah, it broke me, bro. It really tore me up. It tore me up when I seen because I remember like a 28-year-old or something like that, and I'm like, okay, they're better, they're gonna go. I'm talking to their family, their parents, and then they just die. And I'm like, "Oh, no. It's crazy." Yeah, this is nuts, man. There's crazy
Yeah.
stuff out there way, yeah.
It's a crazy thing that I think that a lot of people never thought that we were gonna see.
Mhm.
You know
And
what I mean?
think about it for a second. At the time during the pandemic, a lot of us didn't know if we were gonna get out of it. It's
Right.
crazy. We're back. We went back to normal like it never happened. But when you actually go into that moment, at that moment, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We didn't know how long this was gonna last for.
Exactly, and it's just like it's crazy now when you think about it that it was 6 years ago. Like wow, like really, or 6 7 years ago. You know, like it's like
Yeah.
it's insane to think about, right? You know,
Right.
but can you talk about what is the biggest difference you have noticed pre-pandemic and post-pandemic?
Um, I think like a lot of like the new mediums that people use now, like people who do like Zoom more and they could do all these other like even the way we're doing our like interview right now, like a lot of stuff that people started doing a lot more. Um, virtual things. There's even like virtual medicine that never existed before. Now there's virtual docs and there's a lot of like different things that kind of like evolve from that time period. But as far as the people, I think right after the pandemic, people were definitely like more wary and cautious about everything. And but I mean, I think people are now starting to turn back to what they were pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
It's going back to everybody's same mind states that it was before.
for
But
sure.
one thing I really liked about the pandemic time period is it really brought people together. People really, really like kept close to their families, made sure that their families are safe, and then they really paid more attention to them on their personal time.
As tragic as that time period was, I think that it was a blessing for some people in certain ways because like so many times in life we're like constantly moving, constantly doing things and stuff like that. We take things for granted. And then
Yeah.
like when you're forced to slow down and really reflect about what's important in your life, what you really want to do, all these type of things, it causes you to make different decisions and to, to really change your life. And I think that a lot of
Yeah.
people were forced to do that.
Yeah. No, like I said, it was like, pain always leads you towards some fruit,
Mhm.
and some new maturing development in you. And I think that also did the same thing for people the pandemic did for sure.